This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Thrown under the bus.
No. Always live. Always real. Always unpredictable.
I'm not okay with that.
It sounded good when I thought.
Log on and join our live conversation.
Yes, I don't like that. You're 100% right.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL, everybody. It is
Friday.
Wow.
4 cups of coffee.
That was
4
good.
cups of coffee.
There we go.
A little extra move on the end. It's Friday, May 24th. We are live, and we're talking about what you're talking about right now. I am here with Stephanie, Al, Brandon, and I am Sam. Tori's on assignment. Let's get started. Harvey Weinstein has settled with his accusers. The former movie mogul has reached a tentative deal with sexual misconduct accusers for $44 million. That's according to multiple sources. $30 million would go to the alleged victims, studio creditors, and former employees. The other $14 million would cover legal fees. The Wall Street Journal reports all that money is actually coming from insurance policies, not Harvey Weinstein's wallet. It's important to note that this settlement is separate from the criminal case involving 2 victims. Weinstein is charged with rape and other crimes, and that case is expected to begin September 9th in New York. He pleaded not guilty and has denied all the allegations. But for those of you who just first read the headline like I did this morning, I was like, he can't not face jail time. He has to face jail time. So that will come out of the criminal cases depending on how that ruling goes. But in the meantime, he has settled. But how frustrating is it, Brandon, at least for me, that it's coming out of an insurance policy and not his own pockets? I want it to come from his own pockets.
Yeah, I do, Sam, but I'm thinking about the victim. Right now, this is a win in terms of the battle. You know, this is a win. This is going to pay your psychology, the bills you had to see a psychologist, your court fees, that sort of thing. But I don't think there is a monetary value we can put on that feeling they're going to get when they see him in cuffs and walking that purple walk, allegedly.
That's what we hope is going to happen. I mean, at the minute, all he's done is buy his way out yet again. It just goes to show that money is power, and the fact that he's claimed this through his business insurance, I think is disgusting. He's got the money. He should be paying it out of his own pocket. I think it's outrageous.
What do you think, Al?
Well, I'm just glad we're starting to see something happen with this case, because I think it's a constant reminder that justice is coming for these people. We saw Bill Cosby, and then it's been kind of quiet. There's been a lot of people that have had allegations that seem pretty strong. They're kept their accusations against Kevin Spacey, and we're starting to see him in court now. And I think it's a constant visual reminder that times are changing.
I agree. I think it sets a precedent.
Right.
Absolutely. Huge news out of the UK today as the Prime Minister steps down. Kelly Schuberth has the latest.
Sam, after failing to deliver her Brexit plan, this morning Prime Minister Theresa May made a tearful announcement that she's resigning. Listen.
Shortly leave the job that it has been the honour of my life to hold. The second female Prime Minister, but certainly not the last. I do so with no ill will, but with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
Sam, Theresa May will stay Prime Minister until the new leader is chosen. I'll, of course, keep you updated.
Well, lucky for us, we have a Brit on our panel. What do you make of this?
Obviously, that was a very heartfelt speech, and you can tell that she is very passionate about her job, but sadly, she's not the people's person. She got that role due to the neglect that David Cameron put upon our country by putting us in this situation with Brexit anyway. And she's got this half-baked policy with it. We've not seen it come to fruition, so she needs to go. It's as simple as that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you love the job. If you don't deliver, you're out. That's it.
All right, fair enough. All right, wow, Stephanie
Stephanie spoke.
Yikes.
Solve Theresa.
I was like, I had a follow-up question.
Wow.
She answered everything.
Did you have some of my coffee?
That's honest. I love it.
All right. Well, Jimmy Fallon is in serious TV trouble. The Late Show, or possibly, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert ended the season beating The Tonight Show. 1.4 million more viewers tuned into Stephen's show each night than Jimmy's show. Now, Page 6 reports there's turmoil at The Tonight Show, with one executive quitting, and there's also major infighting over how to fix the problem. So this has us wondering, can Jimmy's more fluffy show really compete with Colbert's political material? And I would even add on to that, you look at all the other competitive late night shows, whether it's cable with Samantha Bee or John Oliver, whether it's even Jimmy Kimmel over on network. Is this the end of an era when it comes to lighter late-night talk shows?
I just don't know if it holds up with the newer generation of viewers. I think that they mix their business with pleasure. If you say they mix their politics with laughter, and I think when you just come on, you're like, I got a funny banjo skit, and I'm going to put on an ape suit and run around. I think that passed for entertainment years ago, but I think to the younger viewers it looks antiquated.
Yeah, you can't retweet Fluff TV. You know, this isn't Masked Singer. Just think of DBL. We're real. We're unfiltered. Our most viral moments are our most uncomfortable moments. The police shootings, national anthem. When you went toe-to-toe with, you know, that moment, that fight, that movement. You know what I'm saying? But those are when we get the high viral moments. So I think when it comes to these topics that people are outrageous about, they look to us to either agree or disagree about a topic, and that's what gets people talking.
I get it. Believe me, I'm on this show, and I love that we have those uncomfortable conversations. But when are we going to have escapism again? The fact that we are living and breathing politics, to me, is coming to a point where it's going to be too extreme if we don't have any sort of release at the end of the day.
I think it's a real sign of the times and how much turmoil the entire world is in, and that's why I'm glad that, you know, these issues or more serious matters are debated and spoken about on television, and it's clear to see in the numbers that that's what people want to see. But at the same time, the reason why I wanted to come into television is because I wanted to be someone's happiness when they've had a really terrible day, when they're really sad, they come back and they see me being a bit fun or silly, and it gives them lighthearted entertainment.
It's contagious.
So
I think we need both. I really do.
We got Mama June for that.
That's a different category. That's a completely different category. Actress Emilia Clarke has had some amazing roles, from Game of Thrones to Solo: A Star Wars Story, and of course Me Before You. But there's one role she had to turn down, Anastasia in 50 Shades of Grey. She told The Hollywood Reporter she turned it down because of nudity. She did one nude scene on Game of Thrones and says, quote, I did a minimal amount and I'm pigeonholed for life. I was just like, no way am I going to voluntarily walk into that situation. Why is that the case, Sal?
Sam, I want to ask you that. I mean, you have acted. You've been in a movie. You have. You were the 35 and Tickets, a legit movie.
Thank you.
So it's funny, but you're in a movie.
Thank you.
How would you have to, if they said we're going to throw you an extra 6 figures if you do one topless scene? What would you think?
I faced that with an Adam Sandler movie called Bucky Larson, Born to Be a
I remember
Star.
that.
And the role that I initially auditioned for, I ended up getting a different role that required no nudity, but the role I auditioned for did require a topless scene, and it haunted me. I was like, let me just see if I can book it, and then let's see how I can rework it. I have no problem with other actors doing this, none at all. For me, it's just too private. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. But for other actors out there, I think you need to understand that if it's right for the role, go for it. I just hate the fact that how the public makes it all about that. Why aren't people talking about her work in these other movies? Why aren't people on the red carpet talking about her work in Game of Thrones? Why is it all about the nudity with her?
And the thing that kind of bothers me more as well is we've seen plenty of guys be naked in Game of Thrones, but we're not constantly talking about them.
Right.
So, I mean, it's clear misogyny, as per usual, with women in Hollywood and television. It's sad, but true.
Can I just say you're a better person than me? Because he said that if they offered you an extra 6 figures,
it
would
doesn't
you
matter to me.
I would have
I'm
6 figures isn't enough for a lifetime.
Come on.
I'm such a private person.
I grew up wanting to be a Chippendale because my mom used to go to these Mary Kay retreats out in Vegas and come back with these playing cards, these Chippendale playing cards. I didn't know. I was like a young guy at the time.
So you wanted to be a Chippendale dancer.
I wanted to be a Chippendale dancer.
So your mom could come see you? No. I'm missing the connection there.
She used to come home with these playing cards and they had Chippendales. I used to be like, you know what?
That's funny, Brandon.
Stand in front of the mirror like, I want to be one of those guys.
That's great. I love it.
So, and
no judgment. No judgment. That's awesome, honey. You make a good
time off
Chippendale
the
dancer.
DBL. Vegas is an hour 40 flight.
So funny.
All right, we got to get in this last story. It's a good one. Is there a thing, is there such a thing as a good Samaritan intruder, huh? That seems to be the case for this Boston area man and his son who came home to discover their house had been broken into as the door was unlocked. But get this, nothing was taken. Instead, the perp cleaned the house, vacuumed the carpets, picking up messes, then left his son's room, which was a mess before, neat and tidy. They even left an origami rose made from toilet paper in the bathroom. All right, I think somebody hired a cleaning person to come in and surprise this individual.
This is one of two things. One, it's a friend or a neighbor who really feels for them, is like, okay, they need a little bit of extra help. Two, there are some very interesting I don't want to use the word.
Fetishes?
Fetishes. Okay, yeah.
Can I was this person, whoever the person is that loves to clean?
I mean, there are.
Come to my house.
So maybe someone just took advantage of that.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Somebody going
I think that's
through my
wonderful.
No, I'm like, look.
I'm okay with someone going through my stuff if
But
it
Would you
leaves
be
my house
okay?
like that.
Would you be okay with someone going in your house?
Yes, if it left my house like that, yes. Yes.
Don't put that out there.
Yes.
Yes, darn.
Yes.
Sam's ready.
Yes.
The keys under the mat, people.
Or you could get a cleaning lady for $40 and not have a random going through your drawers. That's the other
That's
option.
true, but they're not $40. Ow, who are you hiring?
I got some people. I'm
Wow.
switching up myself on TV.
All right, DBL's live. We'll bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, a big star is leaving the hit NBC show The Voice. We'll tell you who. Plus, modern technology is making life just a bit easier for a boy without limbs. Don't miss our heart threads, all about hope and healing. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. A new amusement park wants to turn Princess Diana's final moments into a tourist attraction. Your comments on that are next.
DBL digital team. I'm back. I had a little stomach bug. I'm feeling so much better today. And guess what? It's Friday. Yay. Let's go to the desk and see what's going on over here. Brandon. Brandon, I'm with you. I agree with Sam. Like, that's her private body to keep, but I agree with you. If they're going to give me
extra six
monies.
But see, I have no problem with it. I think it just
Of course,
it has
which is good.
it has to do with how you're feeling inside.
Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I have zero problem with it. I celebrate women in their bodies. I think it's awesome. I wish I wasn't so, I guess, prudish when it comes to everyone
I don't think it's
cares.
a
They're just
prudish.
breasts.
I don't think it's
Actually,
prudish
now
at
that I'm a
all.
mom, I don't think I'd give 2 Fs.
Maybe you've changed
because
your
I see my
mind.
breasts as a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But
Would you mind if Sophie grew up and saw you topless in a movie? Would that be something that you would think about?
I think it would have to start a conversation
Oh, start a conversation.
on why mom did it and things
Right.
like that.
I also think it depends on the
I
role.
never want to shame someone.
Right.
It depends on the role as well and how you're portrayed in that moment. So, like when we saw Khaleesi or Emilia, which we saw her topless twice. Once was when she had a bath and was proving that she couldn't be burnt. And the second time was when she came out of the flames and she, so to speak, given birth to her dragons. So we never saw her naked after that because she
But
got
that's
so
all
much
people
criticism.
ask her about on the red carpet.
That's
That's
crazy.
what's so annoying.
It's crazy.
I just think it's weird in that, like, I could understand maybe if this is like the 1970s or 80s where like nudity wasn't that available. But I mean, honestly, you can access nude photos of almost anyone at any time. So why is it such a big deal still? And it's interesting that it's not men. You rarely see men with full frontal nudity on television.
Women are
or
more,
movies.
let's be honest, women are more sexualized than men. I also think that women, we're more attracted to mental things as opposed to men are more driven physically. So
Yeah.
a woman doesn't necessarily need to see a man in a sex scene
But
to
what
be
about
turned
Liam,
on.
Yeah, no.
Hemsworth? Like,
We think he's sexy, but we're okay with just seeing his act. In my opinion, I'm just speaking my own opinion. I can get turned on by the act, meaning
Yeah.
like, let's say not only the act, but also let's say like his acts of
The things he
kindness,
says, how he-
him being chivalrous.
Yeah.
And then I can also be turned on by his abs, but I don't need to see full frontal to be turned on. But I think men are very physically
so if he
driven.
stood up out of a bathtub, that,
I don't need that. I can if I
Would you-
just
would you
him
turn
removing
away?
his shirt. I would not turn away.
yeah, that is interesting though. That men don't
We're
really.
more driven by the chivalrous.
I think
act.
if we left a movie where, let's say a guy and a girl leave a movie where there was a half-naked guy and a half-naked girl, a woman wouldn't go over, oh yeah, remember that scene when he got out of the shower? We would never say that, whereas I think guys would be like, oh yeah,
And
really, that Clark came out naked.
if anything, we're probably admiring the woman's body because I think
Yeah.
women's bodies are more beautiful. So again, we're more driven up here. Men are more driven down there.
You can have a naked woman on there, and like you said, a woman will be able be
I'll
okay with
buy
that. But
her.
if it's a guy, then we're gonna look away. As straight males, we're gonna look away.
Why is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I went to the Met, so I've seen so many naked bodies. I don't.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for fifth host when we talk about what you're talking about. What do O.J. Simpson, Michael Jackson, and Princess Diana have in common? They each have attractions dedicated to them at a new Tennessee theme park. It's called National Enquirer Live, and it's opening today. The park will feature the crash that took Princess Diana's life. Park organizers say it's done in a positive and tasteful way. But DBL Nation, is this in good fun or bad taste? We want to hear from you. Let's get right to their comments, Brandon.
All right, Karen G writes on Facebook, of course it's in poor taste. Anything that capitalizes and aims to make money off the tragic death of a beloved figure, public figure, is disgusting. No questions asked. Well, what I have to say to that, Karen G, is that we are creatures of fantasy. Whatever your fetish or your fantasy is, someone is going to capitalize on that, and they're going to give you what you want. There's a place in Haiti called Memory Village where you can live life or experience life as a slave, feed you, work you as a slave, and the day ends as rebellion. So whether you're a furry, whether you are someone who wants to be a slave for the day, that fetish will be met because someone wants to make money off of it.
Right. I just have never seen anybody combine slavery and furries in the same sentence.
Thank you.
That is something I'll take with me on my journey, Brandon.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, Kevin writes in on YouTube, if this is in poor taste, then all the Titanic museums and attractions, are they also in poor taste? 1,503 people lost their lives, yet there are several museums, movies, and themed attractions about it. Great point, Kevin. That was my point. I mean, when I went to Las Vegas with Sam's husband and the great Jeff Schroeder, we went to the Museum of Gangsters.
I don't believe you made it there.
I did not. I was a little sleepy that morning, Sam. But for the purpose of television, we went to the Museum of Gangsters. And, you know, it's all about people that have extorted and killed people and threatened people. And there was a line around the corner. People are interested in this. And just like Brandon said, if there's an interest, somebody's going to capitalize.
Hank T on Facebook says, if the attraction highlights all the good Diana did in her life, along with a warning about how paparazzi played a part in her early death, then I think it can be informative and useful. You're right, Hank, but sadly that's not what the attraction is. I think it's a really tricky subject because I believe that people are fascinated by Diana, her life, her death. It's clearly going to make money. Do I think it's a nice attraction? No. Would I personally want to go and visit it? No, I think it's disrespectful. But then I'm a hypocrite because I listen to murder podcasts, I watch murder movies, and they're real people too that were really awfully killed. Yeah. So, it's a weird one.
It is a tough one because you even look at, I covered the Jodi Arias trial, which everybody was fascinated by because it had a lot of salacious details in it, a lot of sex, a lot of crime, and I think we are all fascinated by all these things. So it is hypocritical, in my opinion, of us to kind of pick and choose which ones are distasteful when it seems like we're all complicit in this.
It's a part of our nature. If you look at the draw of Game of Thrones, you just described it. Sex, violence, backstabbing. Yeah. It's, for whatever reason, people are into that.
I know. But I'm glad that we have the conversation. At least we can be self-aware enough to realize that
Would you go?
It's distasteful. If that was the only thing available in that town, maybe.
Probably, Sam. I
think Dollywood's nearby. I'd rather go to Dollywood.
Okay.
But thank you for writing in, everybody. A big star is leaving The Voice. Raquel Villanueva has the news at the moment.
That's right, Sam. Adam Levine is leaving The Voice after 16 seasons on the show. Now, he had signed on to be a part of the upcoming season as a judge. But today, Voice host Carson Daly says Adam has decided to leave the show without giving a real reason why. This, of course, ends the long-standing bromance the Maroon 5 singer had with fellow Judge Blake Shelton. So who's going to sass Blake now? Well, none other than his girlfriend, Gwen Stefani. She's returning to take over Adam's big red chair.
I'm okay with that.
I would rather see Gwen Stefani. She's more of a personality, but I've got to admit, I am a bit in love with Adam Levine.
Are you?
Oh my God, he's dreamy. Hi, Adam. Oh, he's married, sadly.
You reckon Holmes?
Coming up on DBL, we'll show you how technology like a 3D printer is helping a young boy without arms and legs overcome his obstacles. It is a touching story. Heart Threads is next.
It's only a matter.
He just used the words homewrecker for me saying someone who's married is good looking when I guarantee you've looked at many married women and been like, oh, she's pretty.
When I see the ring, it's like Lord of the Rings. I don't see them anymore. They disappear.
Yeah, right. Come on.
No, you're so nice. You would never do anything.
Oh, no, but you've got to admit, he's a good-looking gentleman.
He's a really good-looking guy. Who's your top three?
Oh, Adam Levine definitely would be up there. Sorry. Wait, let me think. Who else?
Tell our viewers,
I used to love Pharrell Williams. but he's not aged, and it kind of really freaks me out in a really long time, and it makes me think, like, what is he doing? Yeah.
John Legend.
Oh, John Legend's gorgeous too. All married.
So would you say that you like
Pharrell.
tall, thin men with dark features?
Must be, yeah. The term I used, I gave to Eric was like ethnically ambiguous. Like you don't really
like
know.
Grey Worm from Game of Thrones?
I don't fancy him, but I can appreciate him. What about you? Who's in your top 3? Who do you think?
I like very womenly women. Is that the word? The
Womenly
phrase?
women,
Like,
curvy.
Curvy. Yes, that's the word. That's my thing. I like
There we
that.
go.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Now today's Heart Threads is all about new technology making life easier. Watch how Javier is able to participate in school with help from a 3D printer.
A 3D printed tool is creating new possibilities for a boy without arms and legs. At just 9 months old, Javier caught a staph infection, which resulted in his arms and legs being amputated. But the loss has never slowed Javier down.
Just awestruck on how he has been able to overcome his disabilities.
At Cartwright Elementary, Javier works with a team of specialists. Using a 3D printer, the school made Javier a special mouthpiece. The device allows him to point, write, and use a stylus. A similar device could have cost thousands of dollars, but the 3D printed one was free. The team also planned to make prosthetics for Javier and his classmates to help them all lead fuller lives.
Continue to overcome and inspire Javier. We'll be right back.
You guys, DBL Nation, I've been getting a couple challenges. How fast can you do your makeup? And today we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna start right away right now with a little bit of Tatcha Eye Pro Cream. This guy is going to help for brightening. This is what I use every single day instead of a concealer. It's gonna make sure that I look nice and awoke underneath my eyes. Quick and easy way for anyone at home that doesn't wanna use a concealer to still get a hydrated and brightened finish and actually get some skincare in their makeup. This isn't just a concealer, it's an eye cream once again with a tint. I wear the shade Candlelight from Tatcha Harper, but you guys let me know what you use. Now next, I'm going to use Kosas Facial Oil Foundation. This is amazing if you live in a dry climate like myself here in Colorado. And I'm gonna take this foundation, I'm gonna put it onto a powder brush, and this is great for spreading out coverage. I actually got this trick from my husband, Ty J. Banks, I see you out there. And you're gonna just get this even hydrated glow for your foundation. Is this for camera? Probably not, but great for everyday wear if you're working in an office, if you're working just anywhere except for in front of a camera, you should totally have this foundation. I got this about 3 weeks ago and it stays on my skin all day. And notice I'm working with makeup all day as well. I get hot, I get nice and warm through the day, I'm moving around, and still this foundation goes all over my skin beautifully. I barely even have to look at it and it looks like butter, guys. So that's gonna be my Kosas Foundation Oil. Next up, I'm gonna take a little bit of a loose powder foundation and we're gonna blend this guy all over to set that foundation. Now, you might be asking, why are you gonna put a powder on top of foundation or on top of an oil if you're dry? I still wanna set it. I don't want this guy to move all over my skin, so the powder is going to help to make sure that it's gonna stay locked and loaded all day so I have a beautiful appearance, but I still have that smooth glow, okay? Now next here, I'm gonna take a little bit of a cream blush from Too Faced Cosmetics. This is from their Peach collection. And this is a matte cream blush to give me a little bit of color on my cheeks, y'all. Now, on my next step here, I have a little bit of a ColourPop blush and eyeshadow duo. Yes, I am using an eyeshadow for my blush, guys. And to top it out, we're taking a little bit of Too Faced highlighter. And that is a full slay from Jewelry for the Slay in under 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let me know if your guys' thoughts are, and we'll see you next time, DBL Nation.
Welcome back to DBL. May is for moms, and today we are honoring Deborah Franz. Deborah was nominated by her son, Connor. He told us his mom worked so hard to support him and his brother while they were growing up. She drove them to their activities, always with a delicious dish in hand. With Connor in the Army and his brother in the Marines, the boys don't get home as much as they'd like, so we're helping them honor her. We are sending her a gift bag full of these goodies to enjoy. I mean, a ton of good stuff. You deserve it, Mom.
Oh my gosh, there's all sorts. There's so many things in here.
Skincare products, products for you to sleep better, technology, teeth. I also want to thank your two sons for their service. Like, Mom, you did a great job. You rose two heroes, and thanks to your sons for their service as well. You deserve all of this. There's all kinds of things in there: hair tools, mirrors.
I just love this because we're highlighting people that would never do it themselves.
Makeup brushes.
So
it's literally never ending. There's so much stuff in here.
It's a cute tote too.
Yes,
a little
really
perfect.
Nice bag. I thought we were just giving the bag away.
She gets it all.
Good stuff in there.
This is the ultimate package. She deserves it.
Well done, Mom. And again, to her sons, we thank you for your service. We will see you on Tuesday, same time, same place. Everybody have a happy holiday weekend. Bye, guys.